everybody. Welcome to Camp Reads a Lot. My name is Stephanie and I'm one of the librarians at Robin's Library. I'm excited to read 3 books about the ocean to you today. The first one is called The Incredible Ship of Captain Skip. But before we get started, we're going to fold a ship so you can have it along with you as we read. But before we even do that, we're going to sing Hello Friends. So this is how you say hello in hand signs, because we're going to sing the song with hand signs and words. This is how you say hello in hand signs. And to say the word friends, you curl your pointers once, twice, like this. And to say is like this. And it's time, you point to your wrist, pretending that there's a wristwatch there. Let's try it. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. One more time. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Yay. Okay, so before we read this, you're going to see a picture of how to fold the ship and some instructions. And when you're done, this is what it should look like. See, mine's not perfectly straight. It's okay if it's a little crooked. You're going to see what happens at the end. Okay, let's fold our ship. First, you fold your piece of paper in half, and then fold it in half again. Open it up so you see a line down the middle and keep the fold at the top. Now bring the 2 sides together so it makes 2 triangles. The thing to do next is fold up each bottom like this and turn it back so that the seam is in the front. And then fold these little corners over so it's really just a triangle. Okay, now as it starts to get tricky, you're going to open it up part way and then fold it the other way so you see a seam down the middle. Next thing to do is fold each side up like this. It's okay if it's not perfect. Now you're going to hold it open, hold it like this, and then pull each side down. It's okay, again, if it's not perfect, but you will see that a boat should be coming out of this. There you go. And that's your boat. And so you can use your boat with me as I tell the story. There's the boat. The Incredible Ship of Captain Skip by Alicia Acosta, illustrated by Cecilia Moreno. See if you get this book from the library that has instructions to fold the ship right in the front. The Incredible Ship of Captain Skip. Skip used to live in the desert, but she was tired of all the dust and sand. One day she decided to leave home in search of adventure on the 7 seas. And there, look at how dry and hot it is, and there she is on her camel. But before embarking on her journey, Skip needed a ship. She found an old vessel with a mast so high it nearly touched the sky. She looks really happy. Skip put on her white captain's shirt. Remember that. Now she had her ship, but there was something missing still. I need a crew. Will you join me on this voyage? There's a guy with a blue beard and a person with a peg leg. Cool, huh? We will, Captain. Skip and her crew worked hard to prepare for their perilous adventure. Finally, the incredible ship of Captain Skip was ready to sail. Weigh anchor! Now this is when you gotta get your boat ready. I've got mine. Captain Skip and her crew began their journey. They traveled far until they reached the Yellow Sea near China. The waters there were very beautiful, but they were known to be treacherous. As they threaded their way through the island, an enormous tidal wave dashed the ship against some rocks and cracked the stern. So you're going to tear off one corner of the ship. So it looks like this. Whoa, that's a big wave. Brave Captain Skip examined the damage and decided that the ship was still seaworthy. Shall we proceed and press on, she asked. We shall, Captain. The incredible ship of Captain Skip unfurled its sails and they set off again. They sailed past the islands of Japan until they reached the Sulu Sea. This is a sea near the Philippines known for its rough and dangerous waves. So, whoa. Suddenly the tentacles of a giant octopus rose from beneath the waves and tried to sink the ship. Captain Skip had held fast to the helm and they sailed away as quickly as they could. Huge. The incredible ship of Captain Skip managed to escape, but the octopus's strong tentacles had snapped the prow clean off. So tear off the other pointy end of your ship so it looks like this. Fearless Captain Skip examined the damage and made what repairs she could. She decided that the ship was still seaworthy. Shall we press on, she asked. We shall, Captain. Once more, the incredible ship of Captain Skip sailed on. They sailed for many days past whales and dolphins and flying fish until they reached the edge of the Kara Sea near Siberia. It is actually so cold there that the hairs in your nose freeze. As they floated among the icebergs, enormous black clouds gathered. Uh-oh. Storm! Cried Captain Skip. Heavy rain began to fall, and suddenly a powerful bolt of lightning hit the mast of Captain Skip's incredible ship and split it right down the middle. So now you actually have to tear off the top of your boat. So it just looks like this now. Don't unfold it yet, though. Captain Skip knew, just as everyone does, that a ship cannot sail without a mast. With a heart full of sadness, she yelled, "Abandon ship!" Captain Skip and her crew were safe on the lifeboats, but their incredible ship sank to the bottom of the sea. Years passed, and rumors began to spread portside in portside taverns. Sailors and pirates shared the legend of a great treasure that was hidden inside Captain Skip's incredible ship, one that would make whoever found it very rich. Many set out in search of this treasure. They searched and searched, but when they found the ship, there were no gold coins. or glittering jewels, or precious stones inside. Instead, they discovered a different kind of treasure, for inside the ship they came upon, you ready? Now it's time to unfold your ship. The white shirt of Captain Skip. Remember she put it on at the very beginning? That's the treasure. Yay! The end. That was fun. That was a fun voyage. Our next story is a little more serious, but I think you'll find it really interesting. It's called No More Plastic, and it's written by Alma Fullerton. And interestingly, she constructed a lot of the illustrations from trash that she found on the seashore. No more plastic. Isley loved waking up to the sounds of waves lapping near the shore and seagulls squawking over the beach. Swoosh, 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 cue, cue, cue. But early one morning, Isley woke to different sounds. Crashing waves, screeching birds, frantic calls for help, and the distant mournful songs of a right whale pod vibrating across the sea. Isley ran to help, but they were all too late. The beached whale was already dead. The next day, the headlines read, "Whale starves due to plastic filling its stomach." Isley stomped the sand and kicked the sea. Oh, that's so sad. She tried to swim away her anger, hoping it would float off with the ocean waves. But this time, swimming only made her more upset. She's finding trash under there. Isley rose from the water and screamed, "No more plastic!" She took a deep breath, let it out slowly, and decided to make a change. Isley said no thank you to plastic bags and straws and helped her mom choose plastic-free products from the market. She made a sign with her grandpa, "Keep our beach plastic-free." And she taught her brother that ice cream tastes better in cones than in cups. Isley even wrote a letter to the mayor asking her to ban bottled water. Everyone agreed there was too much plastic until they all forgot about the whale and went back to their old ways. Because it's easier, they said. Isley could never forget. There were reminders all around her. Isley combed the beach, gathering up all the reminders, day after day, week after week, and month after month. Until Isley had enough to build a sculpture as big as a whale. She built that out of trash. Isley's whale was so big it made everyone stop and think big thoughts. Her neighbors helped clean up the beaches. The grocery store banned plastic bags. Schools began zero-waste lunch programs, and the town installed filling stations for water bottles. Everyone worked together for the dream of a plastic-free world. Now Isley loves to fall asleep to the sounds of the waves lapping the shore, the call of the nighthawk gliding over the fields, and the playful songs of the right whales. Swoosh, swoosh, reap, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. And if you check out this book from the library, you'll have more information about how plastic affects the oceans. I hope that gave you some interesting thoughts. Okay, our last story for today is one of the favorites of all the librarians for the Robins and Fox. There Might Be Lobsters by Carolyn Creamy and illustrated by Lauren Mulk. Lots of things at the beach scared Suki. Lots. There's her girl, and there's Suki and their mom. Come on, Suki, you can do it, said Eleanor. She stood at the bottom of the stairs to the beach and waved to Suki. Suki's just a little puppy, and she's afraid. But Suki was just a small dog, and the stairs were big and sandy, and she hadn't had lunch yet, and her foot hurt a little, and she might get a shell stuck up her nose, and she might tumble down on her head, and then she'd need stitches, and besides, there might be lobsters. So Suki sat at the top of the stairs with Chunka by her side. Oh, all right, said Eleanor. She picked them both up with a and a huff and carried them down the stairs. Come on, Suki, you can do it, said Eleanor. She tossed a beach ball Suki's way. She gonna get it? But Suki was just a small dog, and the beach ball was big and beachy, and it might hit her nose, and then it would pop, and it might be too loud, or it might knock her down, and she might never get up again, and she might have to live on the beach forever and eat seaweed to survive. And besides, beach balls attract lobsters. Is that really true? So Suki sat far away from the beach ball with Chunka by her side. Oh, Suki. Eleanor swooped that pup up with a and a huff and cradled her in her arms. Come on, Suki, you can do it. Eleanor stood at the water's edge and splashed a little splash at Suki. But Suki was just a small dog, and those waves were big, and they were whooshy, and they were salty, and they were too wet, and they might toss her out to the middle of the sea, and she might float all the way to Tasmania or even Florida. And she might be swallowed by a whale, and she wasn't wearing a bathing suit, and besides, there might be lobsters. So Suki sat at the edge of the water with Chunka by her side. Oh, Suki, said Eleanor. She shook her head and dove into the waves. Suki sat and watched beach balls bouncing and big boys running and umbrellas flapping and lifeguards blowing loud whistles and waves splish-splashing with Chunka floating out to sea. Suki barked for Chunka to come back. Chunka started to sink. Suki started to paddle. She paddled past a big beachy ball and through a huge salty wave and over something that might even be a lobster. Until she had Chunka. He was safe. Suki had saved him. I love this picture. She felt braver than the bravest dog because even though she was very small, Chunka was smaller. Oh, Suki, I knew you could do it, said Eleanor. She picked them both up with a yay and a hooray and swung them very gently through the air. Suki sat in the sandy sand with the wavy waves and watched for lobsters with Chunkamunka by her side. And they didn't see one all day. Whoops. Yeah, she watched for lobsters and she didn't see one all day. The end. Makes me want to go to the beach. Well, thanks so much for joining me for stories today, and I hope to see you in person at the library. Bye.